So, if I can think about anything about my grandpa that I've taken, it's probably when we were in San Diego and we went on our vacation and we went to the Raiders and Chargers game. I remember when the Chargers scored a touchdown, I could see the happiness on my grandpa's face and just the pure joy of being at a game, something that made him happy, you know? And it made me realize just like the little things in life matter. What gives you a smile is what gives you a smile, and there's nothing you can take away from that.
An everlasting moment that I had with my grandpa was, or now I'll never forget, because when my dad passed when I was at a very young age, I kind of saw my grandfather as a father figure, and he showed me how to become just a leader and just to overcome overwhelming odds, even when life deals you a bad hand. There was another thing I absolutely loved about Grandpa. Every time I went over there or I was around him, he was always smiling, laughing, cracking jokes, all that good stuff. And I don't think I'll ever forget that about him.
I'll always remember my father as the most selfless and generous person of my life. I remember one time when the two of us had gone into a sporting goods store and I was looking for ski boots. I had always wanted a pair of ski boots. And I found a pair that I wanted, but I had no intention of actually buying them. The next thing I knew, my father had purchased the ski boots for me. He was always doing things like that. But my most fond memories of my father are going to and watching sporting events together. It started when I was in high school. He would always take me to the Friday night football games at my high school. As I became an adult and had children, he would join myself and my sons at a baseball game at the Oakland Coliseum, or go see the Warriors at Oracle. And all the way up to the final phase of his life, there was nothing more wonderful than spending a Sunday afternoon watching football with my father. Thank you, Dad.
I suppose it's true that most people think of their father as an all-around great guy and a pillar of the community and a loving, upstanding individual of the community. However, my father has lived those characteristics every moment of his life. When I was a child, the lessons my father always taught me had been about perseverance, never to accept limitations that stood in my way, and later in life, helping my father through the struggles that he faced were simultaneously among the most painful and yet the most privileged experiences of my entire life. While putting these video memories together, my dad and I had an awesome conversation in which he expressed to me that he was really enjoying doing this and answering these questions and thinking about his life and the positive effect he's had on everyone in the family and friends. And he said to me, "You know, son, I wish that we had been doing this all along, all your life." And I looked at him and I said, "But Dad, what you don't understand is that we have been doing this. It's why I am the person I am today."
On Saturday mornings when I was a kid, my dad would say, "All right, you guys, we got to do yard work today," and we would all cheer. Now, most kids are not going to cheer when you say yard work, but we knew that it meant we were going to be laughing and having fun, and when we were done, we got to go to Foster Freeze and get an ice cream cone that was chocolate dipped. The love of camping that I have to this day grew out of the family camping trips we went on each summer. I think that as kids we had been to every national park in the western United States. Ferryboat ride, my memories of visits to Disneyland each summer are definitely to be treasured. We always had so much fun together. My dad laughing on all those rides just like he was a kid. I will always treasure the fun times I spent with my dad through the years.
So what advice would I give myself that would be different than what the path I took? That may be a better way to try to explain it, I guess. I would say to be more respectful to people with that differ in ideas, different in beliefs, different in whatever that you may come across, that you see it in a different light. Stay focused on your goals that you would like to attain, and they may change over time, and they did. I think I took the right path. A lot of parts play an important piece in your life. As a young kid, married young, your whole focus there is to raise your family or raise a family, continue your education, because I knew at that time, without an education and dedication and hard work, you weren't going anywhere. So I think those have been the areas that I would probably have concentrated to give advice if I was to give advice to. When I was a kid, they wouldn't, either you went one way or another, you didn't end up, in most cases, select the right path. So I feel I did. I feel very proud of the things that I've been able to accomplish through people. And one thing I learned in management was your success is really based on the people you surround yourself with. And you learn that fast. If you don't stay wherever you're at very long. You could use all kinds of words, that he was kind, he was forgiving, he was enjoyed being around people, and because of that had long-lasting friendships that probably would never have had. So I'd have to give that some real thought. Obviously, when it's happening, you're not thinking into yourself, well, this is what I want people to remember me by. You just go through life and try to do the best in life for you and your family, and hope everything else kind of falls into place. So what would you want everybody to remember you by?
I know what happened, and I'm not doing that.
I'm not going to do that again. We haven't talked to my husband. He's right in the other room.
Nice to get him all the time.